Tamara Bubble, in her awesome song, Pull Your Damn Pants Up, or whatever it's called, I think probably puts it best when she says, but I can't take you serious because you got booty cleavage and I don't want to see it. I mean, boy, truer rock and roll lyrics have never been written. Let's go to Matt in Marlboro. Matt, you're on the air on WCRN.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, thanks.
First off, I want to mention that I want to make sure that every single person votes. I think everybody should get out and vote. And to be honest, I'm much more fall on the line of thinking that maybe we should fine people for not voting $1,000 or something.
See, here's where it starts to, it starts to get so difficult. So on the one hand, let's find some folks for not voting. On the other hand, if you have a bunch of people showing up who have no idea who these names are in front of them, who have never heard of the ballot question before, do I really want a bunch of uninformed voters, rushing to the polls? I mean, it is such a catch-22. I wish that we could mandate people to actually, read both sides of an issue and then make up their own minds.
Well, I would solve both issues the exact same way because I believe in reverse psychiatry. You use that reverse psychiatry. You explain to people, no, stay home. Don't vote. Don't vote. Don't worry. I'll vote. I'll take care of it for you. I'll be in charge. I'll make sure that we organize how much soda you can get at one time and how many sheets of toilet paper they can issue you. And we'll make sure everything like that is fine. And to the young men with the pants hanging down, you just tell them that looks real good. That's real good.
That would be the reverse psychology. If we all started doing it, then all of a sudden it wouldn't be cool anymore, and we would see them pull up their pants quickly. They'd pull them up over their belly buttons.
It would be up around their armpits, and it would be done.
That would be it. Absolutely.
You guys spend way too much time thinking about trivial issues like this. You don't talk about the fact that the real issue is that we're not having effective reporting of the issues that are affecting us. The newspapers, the journalists, people like this are very interested in the horse races of elections, but not the underlying issues.
Well, but I think
that's
that
that's why we end up with airline food versus hospital food, like I said the other day. We have two candidates, and really there isn't that much difference between them.
Yeah, maybe, and I think the fact that it just goes on for so long. I mean, the candidates have put out what their issues are, and you know where they stand, and you know pretty much where they're going to come down. So it does lend itself then to some of these water cooler topics. But this issue of the early voting, because there are so many people, particularly on the right, Matt, who I assume I'm going to hear from later on this morning, who really do feel that this is some sort of a power grab by the Democrats, that somehow early voting favors Democrats, and it's a way to tip swing states to Democrats. And one of the arguments that I heard, will point to John McCain, and that is that McCain won several of those swing states. If you just look at if you don't count the early voting, McCain won 3 or 4 of the key states against President Barack Obama. But once you put in, there was such a huge early voting for the president that he ended up carrying those swing states.
Yeah, methodology, I really think is somewhat immaterial. We really need to get people more involved and more informed and more eager to vote. People need to understand that these issues are going to, especially this sequestration and what's going on now, especially the debt deficit, especially the massive overreaches and the fact that we're making all these promises that the federal government is not going to be able to keep. Period.
Well, it would be nice if the message carried the day.
This is what we need to get out there to people, and we have responsibilities. You in the media, me as an activist, we got to get out there and we've got to engage people. We got to engage people in an effective language so that they can understand that this is their future and their children's future that we're talking about.
Matt, thanks. 508-438-0965, and that always comes back to. And I'll use a different example this time. I usually use the example of the station out in Minnesota that said, "Hey, you know what? Here's how we're gonna get achieve ratings dominance in the news. We're gonna bring people this in-depth news. That's really what people want. They don't want if it bleeds, it leads." And of course, I mean their ratings just sank to nothing.